YouTube. You doggy.
Woohoo!
Yeah, there's a lineup right there in front of you. We got some decent stuff here. And yeah, you can see there's a little bottle in the background. A couple of these are pretty cool and ought to be pretty tasty. And yes, 3 glasses. There is somebody here that's visiting. It is Dan Monroe from Monroe Morphs.
Welcome, Dan.
Yeah, we kind of tend to do a bit together, which is always a good time. So in the first of the lineup here, Dan has selected a Dream Rise IPA, probably a double IPA from the looks of the way it's written. Yep, there we go. Coming in at about an 8%. This is a local brewery here right down the street. They make a bunch of different stuff all the time. And they're always rock solid. You can't go wrong with these guys here from Relic. And then this I saw, I thought it was pretty interesting. A little appropriate there with the snake for sure. Love this can. Marble of Doom. It's a fruited sour times, what was that, 4? 4 times fruited sour. I've not had anything from these guys before. Kings County Brewery. They're out of New York, Brooklyn, New York. So to my knowledge, they're relatively new. I like sours, and I love fruited sours. So 5.5, which is right on the button. This is good. And as you can see, sour ale with boysenberry, plum, and black raspberry. Whew,
that's a mouthful.
Yeah, that's going to be yum may, and I paid for it dearly. This one here was provided by Dan. It's a Resting My Greatness, if you can see the greatness there, and if not, they got it on the side. Yep, and this one comes in at a whopping 11.8%. This is a massive, massive stout.
Man, I'm going to feel that after not drinking for a while.
Yeah, this is a coffee stout. So there's going to be some dark craziness there. And then just in case that wasn't enough, yeah, Dan decided to kick it up a notch and bring in some espresso whiskey. So this should be, 25 ABV, 50 proof, pretty easy drinking for the most part. Hopefully not too sweet. Cheap. But Pigeon Forge, Tennessee, yeah, well, cheap. This is kind of funny. I grew up in Sevierville, so I was raised in Florida and Tennessee, and spent most of my time in Tennessee in Sevierville, and a lot of weekends we were up in Pigeon Forge. That is where Dollywood is now. Used to be Silver Dollar City. It's up in the Gatlinburg area. So this ought to be interesting to get into just because of where it comes from. I don't know if we'll make it through all of this stuff while you guys are here, but we have a whole evening planned. Dan and his wife, Stephanie, are over and going to be hanging out with us for a fair bit, even after the cutting and all is done. So with that said, we're going to crack these open, get some drinks on here, and we got one clutch to kind of walk through to get you guys updated on, which is the Desert Ghost stuff. They've all shed out, look fantastic. And then we're got a couple clutches to get into. So we're going to put this big boy aside. This was mine. I'm going to
this one's mine.
crack this.
The name.
Oh, this looks
That
good
is
already.
very pomegranate-y looking. Here, I'll let Jim finish his. Mine'll black out the picture.
Definitely looks like a girly drink for sure, but I like fruit and I like beer, and this is the perfect blend of both.
Would that be a Freer? Freer?
Freer. This is a Freer. Fruit beer.
And this is dark.
Yeah, that's real dark. So hopefully everybody's doing well with Corona. It looks like, we had a little reprieve there for a while, and now most states are kind of going backwards instead of going forwards. Starting to see a lot more lockdowns and just hospitals and everything kind of reaching max capacity again.
And the state of Connecticut's got a ban on 34 states or not a ban, but more of you have to self-quarantine when you show up.
Yeah, that's good. That's pretty good. How's yours?
Oh, good. That is so smooth.
Is it?
That is good.
That is really good.
That's some beer. That was good.
All right.
That was real good. All right, so
Even before we get into that, Matt will pick up the camera here sooner or later, and you won't have to stare at my big gut.
sorry, enjoying this beer. It's really good. I haven't had a good beer in a while.
So I went ahead and I don't usually do flat brims and like snapbacks, but whatever. The company that we use, Printify, had this hat come up, and the colors are perfect. And we modified the color on our logo. We had it embroidered, and I'm kind of digging the combo. I really like the hat, and time will tell if I end up shaping the brim or not. But I figured I'd sport it in its original style for you guys tonight, and then kind of go there. I'll make my decision and see what I'm going to do in the future. But anyway, that's a look at that hat. The embroidery came out pretty good. Looks pretty sharp.
Yeah, the color, the embroidery looks
that's at 11%.
matches the color of the brim.
Yeah.
Looking what Aqua Balls had posted, they have an amazing clutch to pull, but no one home to help them. They have a clutch to pull, but they don't have anybody to help
Help.
to pull the clutch. I guess to record, I'm assuming.
Oh, it's a video? Yeah, that's rough. I mean, we've done a couple times trying to shoot video, but it really does take two people. I have a tripod, and I can rig my stuff up on a tripod, but it's just not quite the same. So I ended up foregoing most of it. I'll take pictures here and there, but don't usually record the pulling too often. But speaking of pulling, I'm going to start pulling
some snakes
from this Desert Ghost clutch and let you guys take a look at them.
Yep. And we'll have to wait until the next video to see the mahogany clutch because they're still in deep shed.
So this is a Super Pastel Het Desert Ghost to a Firefly Leopard Het Desert Ghost. A lot of the people that I've conferred with have said that a lot of times with just pastel DGs can take 2 or 3 sheds before you really start to see the Desert Ghost. So I have 3 of these. I have 2 of them marked that I think might prove Desert Ghost. I'm not really sure. This is not one of the ones that I had marked as a Desert Ghost. But we will see with time. I'll just sit on the clutch until
they shed a few times.
Yeah, until I'm 100% certain with everything. I will say I've made a lot of pastels, and these pastels here do look a little different than what I'm used to seeing. And it is slight. It's very, very slight. But yeah, we'll see with time. They could be just pastels, and it could be the DG in the background making the difference.
Oh. Might be drunk by the end of the video. Oh, that beer is good.
This is another one here. I believe all these. Yeah, this whole clutch to this point has turned out to be female. This is a Firefly Leopard, and what I think is het for DG.
Just look at all that color, the craziness and the pattern from the leopard. Nice clean belly.
Yeah, pretty cool head.
Sorry about the rodent sounds in the background. They're kind of fighting.
Yeah, so another female. So until I can tell whether they're staying or going, they're all staying.
Thanks, Joe.
So this is one that I had marked as a Desert Ghost, and this one is definitely brighter. It's cleaner than the last one that we looked at. So I think after a couple more sheds, this is going to keep getting better, and this will end up proving to be a Desert Ghost, a pastel Desert Ghost female. but still nothing crazy.
Craziness is yet to come.
And someone keeps moving my freaking snakes around, pissing me off.
Wasn't me.
Yeah, you're the only one screwing around with them. So this one here was a little bit brighter as well, but this is one that I am on the fence with. I don't think this one, it doesn't quite have the same head blush as the last one we just looked at. So I'm not certain that this will prove out, but still a good looking animal, and it's a female that would be 66% het if it doesn't prove. So again, another pastel.
Remember correctly, this whole clutch was female, right?
Whole clutch is female. So this,
Woo!
I
Look at
believe,
that.
is the first definitive desert ghost. This is a super pastel desert ghost. Again, it is a girl, so she's going to be hanging out with me, and I will prove her out one way or the other. I've made super pastels before. There's definitely something a little different with her, and the only other thing it can be is, I mean, it's not fire, because I'll show you that in a second. And it's definitely not leopard. It can only be desert ghost.
It is out.
And then there's this one.
And boom.
And yet another girl. So this is a super pastel fire, what I believe to be desert ghost. And again, I just see a lot of this desert ghost, like creamy, bright color coming down the back. I know fire also kind of does some of that. But again, a lot of this really soft look in both of these animals.
Yeah, and if they just keep getting brighter and brighter, these things are going to look amazing when they're adults.
You know, one or two more sheds and these things are just going to be off the chain.
Yeah, it is pretty cool seeing that too. Marshall was saying he likes how the alien heads are kind of stretched like vertically, how they stretch out more.
Yeah. So again, they're blocked out a little more. So I think that may have some influence from that. So these guys, I'll show you. They're in sheds, so this isn't going to be too crazy. But this was a super pastel yellow belly het clown to a pastel clown clutch. These guys are deep into it. I haven't really sexed all of these yet. I did, but I don't remember. I think they're all males, but this is a pastel het clown. Everybody's seen super smoky.
Yeah.
Nothing too crazy.
Another clutch to be able to see during our next video.
So this one I think is going to prove to be a super pastel yellow belly het clown male. You can see all the checkering lines here on the belly, which will tend to be that yellow belly. Really funky, busy pattern, especially down the back, which is the yellow belly influence. Nice, good-looking head stamp, and so good animal. And then here we go. Super pastel yellow belly clown male. Again, the color is really subdued. The grays are really subdued. These guys are deep into it. If we come back to this head, the eyes are like so blue. So they're right in the middle of the the deep part of their shed. And then I believe I have a second one of the same thing. So a lot more of this really crazy pattern, super pastel for sure, and a lot of this wackiness is the yellow belly coming through, and like you get these alien heads that reach over and touch on in multiple spots. They're really, really narrow, really funky. I was hoping these would be girls because I have two super pastel yellow belly het clown girls. These would be great replacements, but that may have to be for another year.
Jim didn't hit the previous clutches, took all the females.
Yeah, and this one you get all male. So you never know. It's, you know, whatever you want, you don't get. I think we're going to be kind of right into some eggs here, because that's really all we got to show off. The other clutch is really, really deep into blue.
Yeah.
And we're going to switch around. I think Matt's going to start.
Yep. This cutting is going to be pretty amazing.
Super berry in color. I like berries. Well, like fruit berries. Not dingleberries. So nobody get crazy. No dingleberries.
All right. So, if you couldn't tell by the thumbnail we put up, the little blue egg with the question mark in the person, that was our dinker clutch that we had reduced pattern. We wanted to put it back to Dad, see what we were going to get. Well, we got some eggs.
Don't get too far in front of you.
Yep. So we got 5 eggs. All right. So our first egg.
That's not really funny.
Our second egg. Hold on. Here they are.
Okay.
they pipped 2 days early.
What's going on, Juan? Welcome.
So we got ourselves a jigsaw, a normal, 2 Mojaves.
Like all these guys popped out and just were like out of the egg, and it's like, you're supposed to wait for the video.
And a pinstripe. So, with that reducing gene or reducing pattern that we were seeing in Mom and some of the other snakes that we produced before, none of that showed up here. Doesn't mean that that they don't carry it. It just means that in the 5 eggs that we got, we just didn't hit any.
Yeah, initially this animal we saw in the egg, in the striping along the neck, we were like, oh my God, we hit a super. And then we saw the tail. I was like, oh my God, oh my God, oh my God. And then the rest of the snake came out. I'm like, oh,
Nope.
okay. It's just really reduced down there. It's a regular jigsaw. So definitely got in front of ourselves. However, what we're starting to notice and pick up on here, a couple of these animals, so for a normal, that's not pretty normal.
Look at those tracks.
That's definitely not normal. So the speculation, at least initially, is that this may be pied that's floating around in here. That's, you know, laying in those tracks. I know some other genes like Orange Dream and different things will do that. There's definitely no Orange Dream in here. So that is not the deal. And not every animal has those tracks. That might be a little bit there with the pin.
But if you look at these Mojaves...
Now, these Mojaves look fantastic. But, however, they do look a little different. If Matt would just slow down a little bit and show us the snake side by side so we can, like, kind of see some of the side pattern and how that looks a little darker, a lot more blushing over here. You have the blushing. It's just not quite as bright. It's slight stuff, but it is different.
Yeah.
And then when we start looking underneath and we look at the belly...
This one...
You get you don't really have tracks there, maybe hints of it.
Yeah.
But when you come back over here and you look at this animal, and again, this is counterintuitive. Those are definitive. Those are tracks. So that I would say is kind of the same thing that was going on with that normal. But pied usually makes animals brighter. You get tail striping. You get some other characteristics that come along with it. And the only thing that's here are the tracks on the belly.
Right.
This animal, I don't know if you can roll that one over so we can see its dorsal as well. So I can put the two. Oh, it's like, I'm out of here. Not looking at my back. I need them like closer together because they're not fitting in screen really.
Stay here.
So not really that much brighter or difference in color. A bit on the blushing that we saw. Like, not so much crazy amounts, but that's the one that kind of has the track. So, it just, what I would expect, to be a whole picture, based on the tracks for pied, it just doesn't fit. So I don't know.
Yeah, so I intend to put the only pied that I have is my albino pied male. So I'm probably just gonna put that back to the reduced one that mother. I can even show you the mom real quick. So she's got like all the reduced, no keyholes whatsoever anywhere except for maybe one here, but very reduced. But then when you flip her over, boom.
Yeah, like that just screams pied.
So
we're hoping that this next clutch that we're going to cut
yeah,
is going to give us a visual male, because
yeah.
to this point, the pieds that I have produced have all been girls, which there's not really too much wrong with that. But you also hope to kind of produce your own males so you don't have to buy them.
Right.
And that's what I'm hoping I do here. So I'm hoping I hit a visual pied, and then
And it's
we
not-
can run it to that girl and kind of spread some pied around. But I know we were. I mean, did you want to get into like pricing at all? Like chit chat about that a little bit?
Sure.
Or? So, Dan and I were talking a little bit. We met for dinner. We had dinner,
Fun experience.
and with my impatientness, and we were kind of talking a little bit about, if we wanted to like open up and have a little chit chat about how you determine pricing, or at least kind of how we determine pricing on our stuff. And I don't know if it's like different for you or how you predominantly go about it. But if you're going to start breeding, say somebody's got 2 or 3 clutches that they're going to produce this year, like how do you go about appropriately pricing the animals that you produce? What do you do?
Well, for me in the past, I instantly went on and I looked and see what the lowest is and what stuff's starting out as. Not great, because there's people that they're just blowing stuff out. There's people that they don't understand the value, everything like that, and you're always going to come up on the short end. I started looking at it more as not really like a supply and demand, but kind of what's popular, what's available,
Mm-hmm.
and at the same time, what's the quality of my animals. So pied is a great example, I think, you could use for this topic. Pied, just as a base gene on its own, you can sell it at low white, high white, or pattern, or whatever the case, and it can determine the value.
Yeah.
Now you've seen my yellow belly pied that
Yeah.
was a holdback, and the amount of pattern that snake has and the quality and stuff.
Sure.
If I looked at somebody else selling a yellow belly pied, their value on it might be a couple $100, maybe 800, whatever the case may be, but you're buying this particular animal. You're not buying just that animal. Like, it's not a car. They don't make all the same.
Correct.
So you're buying that specific animal. And I'm not saying you can price gouge either, but what's the value to you?
Well, within reason, though.
Is it going to be something that you're going to go, this is my price, and if this isn't worth it, then it will stay in my rack comfortably. I'm not forced to sell it to anyone.
Absolutely. So if you're not doing this full time, you have the luxury of saying, well, yeah, I don't necessarily need that animal, but to me, the way it looks compared to everything else is it's worth $100 more. And honestly, if it doesn't sell, I'll breed it.
Right.
Like, I'll make a run with it, and I'll produce more crazy stuff from it. And that's kind of the way, so I do some of my stuff as well. The tricky part gets when you get into stuff that's not on Morph Market.
Correct.
Or you can't find something even close. What do you do?
Right. And I've run into that a couple times this season already, where stuff that I'm listing or looking at listing,
Mm-hmm.
it's one of those things where I can't find that combo. Even if I look under sold and stuff, somebody hasn't listed that.
Yeah.
And that doesn't instantly mean you skyrocket the price. The value of the animal, the value of those genes is still somewhat relative.
Yeah.
But it gives you a little more to work with when you go to post something that no one has available.
Mhm.
On top of it, and I believe this is the same thing you've touched on before on previous videos, I don't breed with the mindset of I need to make stuff for people to buy. I breed with the mindset first that I'm breeding for what I want, and the excess, if you will, is what will be available.
Correct.
And I've had that topic with other people before too, is, well, why don't you produce this? Why don't you make this? Why don't you have this in your collection? Because that's not what my goal is.
Right.
I'm not first producing high mass of
White snakes.
bells and ivories and everything like that because that's what sells. Of course that's what sells. But that's not my goal.
Yeah.
So definitely that's the first thing. And then the next thing is when you come out with something that I could say right now, you've seen a couple of the stuff that I did this year where the nearest person to me, they're talking a couple grand for that snake. Couldn't I price it at that? I could. Could I sit on it, everything? Absolutely. But understanding why it's priced at that is a big thing. What's the value of it? What's the potential of it?
Rarity.
Correct.
And the name behind it.
Absolutely.
I forget. It was probably a couple years ago. I was either listening to a podcast or watching a YouTube channel, and somebody was talking about, and this is no slide to anybody, right? Because people get into different projects based on availability, based on who they know well, and who they get those animals from. Because there's a lot of contention amongst breeders, and they won't buy from some people because, I looked at me funny, whatever, back in the day or whatever it is. And non-related to that. So that topic has nothing to do with what I'm about to say. So somebody had said, like, when you go to get into a project, and we'll take the acid confusion, whatever project. If you're going to get into confusion or acid, they're relatively the same gene is what everybody's saying. And you're going to go buy that animal. Acid tends to be a little cheaper. Confusion's a little bit more. But it's not just the money that you're going to pay for that animal that should drive what you select.
It'd be the availability of stuff to build off it.
Availability, but who markets the crap out of the line they're working with? So you can kind of pick and choose to ride tailcoats a little bit if you chose confusion over acid. Now lately, Josh has been doing a great job of producing a lot of stuff and showing it. But you wind back like last year or the year before, like Justin is just a name, and Justin is running the confusion side. So if you're going to spend big bucks to get into a combo on this particular gene, do you just spend the extra money and you jump into the confusion because it's associated with a Justin line, even though it's not his line, but that's the direction he chose to go? Or do you run the acid,
right?
And you kind of make your own way with the acid and kind of coupling with Josh. So again, it's not always just the animal or the line, it's also who else is working with this particular line, because you may reap some benefits from having one line over the other. And that's not a slide, to anybody. I mean, Josh has done a fantastic job with, the acid line.
Oh, yeah.
I actually like the name better than confusion, because you could do, I had talked to Eyeball when they had the rain project, and I'm like, dude, you got to get acid. You got to put acid into it. You got to make the acid rain. And he's, whatever. They're not as involved now as they were, and I think they still have that project, if I remember right.
I've looked at it a couple times.
But you look at names that you can make with the acid project, and it's awesome.
I think what they have the lemon drop because of the acid and everything, and just that name, it's a simple combo, but
Yeah.
it's stuck.
Yeah.
You know?
So-
it's marketing.
Yeah,
It comes down to marketing.
A
What sticks in
thousand-
your head for
a
a
thousand-
commercial and everything like that.
1,000%, 1,000%. So, and we do a lot of the same stuff. You know, with Mini, I have one of the minis that's up on Morph Market, and there's not another one available. You know, I have one girl, and then I hit some stuff that's definitely above a mini, so they'll be staying here. That's why I kind of felt comfortable, and it's a female, so you know, I made her available, and I went out and I went on Morph Market, and I tried to find stuff that was close, and the closest I could get is, you know, highway stuff that
Right.
had similar genes. So that's just kind of where I priced it. It's kind of the same as, you know, kind of the same as a highway, which it may be a little overpriced for that, but nobody else has made them. I know people are out there trying to make it. I can see their pairings on what's on both sides and people trying to hit it, but they haven't. At least they haven't made them that look like that. And I don't know, like, I've seen some that are labeled kind of the same.
Sure.
But they're not striped out like mine are. And I don't know if it's the pied component. Pied doesn't usually stripe a whole body, at least that I'm aware of.
But a recessive just providing a little more
Eh,
amp.
yeah.
Yeah.
Kind of
So-
like scaleless head. Scaleless head you throw into stuff, it just is that one extra
Yeah.
step.
So, you know, it's Morph Market is a fantastic tool. It's probably
It's
my most
blowing up.
dearest tool because without it, it would be very, very challenging. And again, you know, I'm breeding for myself, so I'm keeping the stuff I want. That excess, I don't want to overprice people, but I don't want to take the bottom out of the market either. So, you know, I want those numbers fair, and you know, Morph Market is a pretty good tool, at least to kind of be in a ballpark to do that.
And I think one of those things too, and again, approaches might be different and stuff, is I feel there's a great level of people that whatever price you put something at, they're always going to go under you.
Yeah.
And some of them come across as an insult. Other ones, you can work with a person very easily, and that's fine. But you could list something for, let's say, $300, and the first response you get is, "Can you do 200 free shipping?" Well, shipping can be
When
$50 to $70
you want
right there.
35% off, and then for me to pay for shipping,
Right.
that's
That comes off almost like an insult.
my response to you is going to be equal to the offer you just made. So fully expect that when you send that email, you know, fully expect a response equal to your level of
Right.
Request.
Awesome.
Yeah.
You know, like,
It's definitely one of those things. It's a community all the way around. This whole industry is a community.
Yeah.
I've met some great people. You've met great people,
Yeah, for
and
sure.
it's something where the customers definitely fuel it to keep your passion going. You come through and you go, "Hey, this pastel for $60, $100, whatever it may be. Can you do better? I've never heard from you before. You made an account today." It's like, do you know how much work goes into this and stuff? How much time goes into it? My choice or not.
shipping is going to be as much as the animal, and you're
Right.
probably going to say no anyway.
But
So,
somebody that comes to you and they're a repeat customer, or somebody that says, "Well, what can you do on these 5 animals and everything?" That's a little more understandable.
Absolutely.
So when I price stuff, I do keep in mind that there might be a little bit of a flex, unless it's something that this is my rack and I made 2 of them. I don't need to be greedy. I don't need to keep 2.
Yeah.
But pricing too, like you said, with the confusion and the asset, and there's also the static as well, is certain genes are very similar, but they do subtle differences, or certain genes aren't worked with enough where one name is going to come out and they're going to have top dollar, top billing, and another name is going to be working with some great stuff, but they're not going to get the same value for that animal.
Sure.
And that's kind of unfortunate.
But if you're buying into something, that's stuff, you know, that you should look at, because that you know, somebody else is a marketing machine. That's really only marketing the same animals that you bought to a degree. I mean, you can't sit back and not post anything and do nothing and expect that like your snakes are going to fly off the shelves. It doesn't work.
And I mean, depending on the person, I remember when normals were still $79 to $100. And I know
79, not 80.
$79.99 at Petco. Or whatever the case may be.
Welcome, patent pending.
But I remember when they were around that. Whereas, you know, I know other people that go to shows and they're like, well, for adults, we're spending like $500 to $1,000 and stuff, and that's when the market was starting. And then now you look at it and like a normal is next to nothing, and that's unfortunate because there's still value in them.
Sure.
But it's, you know, people's perception, everything like that. Now, some of the genes that are out, it kind of flips around.
Yeah.
It's stuff that exists and existed for a while that was low value. I don't want to say low dollar, but low value. And all of a sudden, you figure out what it goes with.
Yeah, what
And
really makes it
goes
pop.
right back up
Yeah.
because everyone wants it, but it's not available.
Correct.
Yeah, like Black Pastel there for a while, it was fairly cheap, and then Justin,
Yeah.
you know,
You
came
get
out the
somebody
Pompeii
that blew the
stuff.
lid
Yeah.
off of something, and it literally just absolutely goes crazy.
Yep.
Not to mention Black Pastel, cinnamon with the allelic aspect that,
With the NG
you
and
know,
all
they're
that
still
stuff too.
talking
Right?
about debate and everything. But now Justin also stated spot nose and chocolate.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's like, why are these things just coming out now? With everyone that's involved, with everything that's working on it, I think the end of the line is there's so many genes,
It's
there's
a
so many
volume.
things going on.
It's a volumes thing, it's a records thing, and it's paying attention. I mean, you know, how many clutches did he say in that video that it took before he realized that this was allelic? I mean, it was like 6 or 7 clutches of all chocolate or all spot nose before he had an epiphany, like 35 eggs or 40 eggs or something like that. Most people don't pair to have that same, like, egg pool, if you will.
They're in the bracket of
You do
luck
one or two, yeah,
versus-
but you do 1 or 2 pairings, and that's
Not
enough
6
to be
or 7.
concise.
Yeah.
And he'd done enough to amass, you know, 35 to 40 eggs, and could go back over all the clutches and say, oh look, all chocolate, all spot nose, all chocolate, all spot nose, all chocolate, all spot nose, chocolate. Well,
I mean,
that's
if you
pretty
have that
definitive
luck,
for
go to
me.
the
Yeah.
casino, absolutely. But
I mean, I did a pinstripe this past year, and it produced all pins. I'm going to breed her one more time, and if I get all pins, well, that's enough for me to say it's super pin. Never mind 7 clutches before you bridge the gap and determine that it's allelic.
And I think at the end of the day, even with that topic right there, is there's debate on everything. Everyone likes to debate.
Sure.
But the end of the line is your approach to it, what you're bringing to the community, to the table, is information that could benefit them. Honestly, you could keep that to yourself.
Yeah.
You can harbor that
Yeah.
and do some great stuff with it, but you're bringing your findings to the community. So people that want to debate and argue and everything like that, let them argue. It's one of those where are you benefiting from it?
Yeah.
Not so much. I mean, yeah, you're
to a small degree, maybe.
to a small degree, but it's not like, okay, now the value is in your favor.
Yeah, the
You're
marketing
just doing it for yourself and you found it out.
Yeah, and the marketing benefit of unveiling that
Sure.
as a person goes a lot further than just keeping hold of it for 2 or 3 clutches you're going to do a year with that particular animal.
Absolutely.
You ready to cut some eggs?
Yeah, I'll cut them.
Well, I'm going to cut them. I want to cut some eggs. I'm
Yes,
ready to
cut some eggs.
get it on.
Woo!
All right, I'm gonna go pick through the racks. So while you're
While
on
I'm not
camera-
looking.
I got my cargo pants on.
Don't worry.
Yeah.
Don't-
Like eight pockets in those things.
Don't worry.
Any questions that come through at all while we're?
Nothing yet. Nope. Dave said he wants free shipping.
Yep,
Yep,
absolutely.
no problem.
I'll deliver right to your door, Dave.
And then Dave was saying Black Pastel. He believes Black Pastel is still one of the most underrated genes out
Yeah.
there.
I completely agree.
Mm-hmm.
We like it. We have it.
And we're trying to work
And-
with it.
and we're using
One day I'll have it again.
Yeah, maybe you get one from us.
Huh?
Maybe you'll get one from us.
So we got 8 eggs.
Blue balls. This
Need
talk
talk
has
has
my
my
pants
pants tight.
I don't
That-
even know what that means.
that
It's
mean-
funny as hell, but I don't know what it means.
Yeah.
Oh, I just figured it out.
Hey guys, great topic.
nerd
Patent pending.
talk.
Sup,
Nerd
scale.
talk.
Nerd
talk.
Okay, that makes more sense. All right, so I got way ahead of myself earlier.
Jim forgot some mail.
I did get some mail from Scales Exotics, right there. If you don't follow them, Instagram, Scales, SK.
I did, and just show it
Right
off the
there.
back.
SKELLZ Exotics. Thank you very much for the care pack. We're going to cut this. This is going to be our first cutting of the evening. Nice little card, personalized. Thanks, Lauren. Really appreciate it. I just got some stickers coming in. I'm going to have to put a few together to get stuff out to not only yourself, but some other individuals as well that I owe some stickers to. These are really cool. Nice and bright. I like that. And I don't think we have anything near that color on our wall.
Nope, so it'll definitely stand out.
Yeah. Beautiful stuff.
Yeah.
Love it.
Like
Love it.
The color tone's nice.
Yep.
Looks
Scales. Exotic. Eggs.
Ah, eggs. Woo!
Should I just like cut these, or are we gonna do like what we normally do? I know you kind of broke the chain last time with with yours a little bit. Ooh, yeah, they're pushing back, baby. These guys are ready to go.
All right, so who wants to see Jim just cut through, or do you all want to vote on which egg to cut?
I mean, I don't know if you guys enjoy that or not, or whatever. Like, I think it's kind of cool to see who wants what.
Masons, we got to vote for cut.
Okay.
Just cut by Joseph. Just cut 'em by Patton.
Okay.
It looks like just cut.
We're gonna just cut.
So which
I
one?
can
Can I pick my egg?
Yeah, sure.
I want this one.
That one.
There, I'll choose this one on the end.
Okay. So that's y'all's eggs.
That's y'all's.
Y'all's.
Yeah, that's that Southern boy thing.
Y'all's. That Tennessean and
Yeah. That's it.
I don't have long.
Okay, I'm trying. I mean,
So-
I enjoy cutting, so I don't know if I'm going to speed through all of it.
All right, Ivory Het Pied to a GHI Leopard Posset Pied, but believe he is. That is a GHI.
Possible
Leopard.
leopard.
Yeah.
That's leopard.
Yeah,
GHI Leopard.
Yeah, and that would be a 66.
Good.
Yeah,
Good
nice
first egg
color.
cutting.
In my
Yeah.
pocket.
Going jingling.
What was the pairing?
Ivory Het.
So that's yellow belly as well. So that's GHI leopard yellow belly.
Yeah, that yellow's kicking in.
Yellow belly is guaranteed on every animal,
Yep.
and at least 66%.
Oh, there's nothing wrong with Tennessee, Patton. I was just.
I
Jim-
grew up in Tennessee. There's definitely nothing wrong with Tennessee.
Normal? No, yellow
No,
belly.
no,
Sorry,
no,
it's yellow belly.
Leopard.
Yeah, leopard yellow belly. Posset.
Come on, we need a pied.
Pied,
And a boy.
Everywhere a pied.
We need a pied boy. That's what we need.
I'll take the girls.
Yeah.
We need girls too.
Your pockets ain't big enough for that.
Welcome,
Where are
Iron
they?
Dog.
What the heck? Come on.
GHI.
Another GHI something.
That's,
GHI yellow belly.
yeah.
Well, they all, yeah, just
Yeah.
yellow belly?
GHI yellow belly. That's
Yeah.
leopard.
Yeah. Yep, I agree.
GHI leopard yellow belly, GHI yellow belly, and a
So
leopard yellow
8
belly.
eggs based on the odds, theoretically, not counting all the incomplete stuff. 2
Should be pied.
should be pied.
I don't want to talk odds.
Yeah, I know. I don't either right now.
And that'll be
Yellow belly?
yellow beller.
Is it 'cause I'm
Patton's like, I'm not a native from Tennessee, but I live here now. Oh well, some folks down here aren't the fastest thinkers.
Well, maybe some mold gold, so maybe a little luck with this one.
Mason saying this one's gonna be pied.
This one's going to be pied. Well, looks like he's right. So at least a yellow
Yeah,
belly
boy.
pied.
The boy proved.
Wait,
Woo.
is that an ivory pied?
That is
So that male would be yellow. How is that male yellow belly?
wasn't he? He was to the
I gotta go back and look at his pairing.
pastel. He was the pastel leopard yellow belly that you had over there.
Was it the pastel leopard yellow belly,
I think so.
or was it the quad?
Wasn't the quad? Because he got the crazy pattern.
So this could be just an ivory het then.
Maybe. Or a low white pied. One of the two.
It's got.
Oh, nope.
Nope,
There's
that's
pattern.
pied.
It's a pied.
It's a pied.
Hey, look, there's the pattern.
It's at least.
High white pie.
It's at least a, that's
Oh,
at
I
least
said low
a
white,
yellow
didn't I?
belly.
You said low white. I go, something's not right with that.
Correction, the beer's talking.
That's at least-
high white pied.
Okay, so
It proved.
he
Woo!
proved, which I kind of figured he would because the last clutch that he produced had ringers and stuff like crazy. So that's at least a yellow belly
Pied.
pied that could be well,
GHI or leopard.
GHI or leopard in the mix, but
And a girl that you don't want, so I'll take.
yeah, because I don't ever keep girls. I just buy them.
Non-pied.
Nope.
That's another GHI yellow belly.
Yep.
Yep.
GHI yellow belly, 66.
All right, vote on these two.
Yeah.
I say mine's gonna be pied. That's mine right there. That's
Right or
Jim.
left? Pied or
Or-
non-pied?
Dan.
It's like
Matt.
a Twix commercial.
Who's gonna
Come on.
win, Matt or Dan?
I can't believe I'm gonna hit all this and then not come away with a GHI pied. Like, come on, or GHI yellow belly.
That's
pied.
exactly what I was saying yesterday.
Oh, thanks, Mike.
I should
Appreciate
get
it.
exotic pied.
We got to vote for Dan, and it's only one vote.
Okay, so we'll cut Matt's.
Oh,
Wait,
Underseller
if,
says Matt.
if this is the best egg, do I get my hair back?
Yes.
Okay.
We'll have to go to the town dump and try to find the trash bag.
They probably burned it already. Matt got it right. Woo!
Oh yeah, that's a GHI yellow belly pied.
Woo!
Now I don't care if it's a boy or girl. I prefer a male, but I really don't
You
care.
know,
Doesn't Matt know how to
you
choose
learn
them?
new things every day.
There you go.
We'll get you a toupee.
Thank you, Lord. Nice. So this coming season, the first mini clutch, which is the Pastel Inchy Leopard Ivory 66, the Pastel Yellow Belly Leopard Inchy Pied, and the Pastel Leo Ivory Pied, and the Ivory Het Pied, is going to see an asphalt Het Pied male, and then next year they may be seeing this GHI Yellow Belly. So we'll do a lot of the same ivory stuff plus GHI in the mix, and then it'll all be pied, or almost all be pied, which will
Yeah.
be crazy.
Especially with that top girl right up there.
Yeah.
All right. I'm feeling Dan's gonna throw a pick a pied also.
Pick a pied?
Pick a pied.
You think you're gonna pick a pied? Did you pick a pied?
Whatever
pick a-
can
pick
fit
a-
in my pocket.
Pick a pied?
Pick a pickle pied.
Pick a pied?
And he picked a pied also.
He picked a pied.
Man, me and Dan are freaking on fire.
So that is another GHI Yellow Belly pied.
Do you got double bar there? Is that a leopard?
I can't tell with that one saddle.
Yeah, there's one, two.
Yeah, but one's on one side, one's on the other.
Yeah, it's true.
Other row
You
would
really
have
want to be
over
down
here.
there. Yeah.
Yeah, so at least two GHI Yellow Belly pieds. I will love to see a male and a female. We'll have to see what happens. This is pretty low pattern as well. Yellow belly pieds by themselves tend to kind of be relatively neutral.
There's no fire or anything.
No fire
Yep.
that I'm aware of. So what produced the male was a pastel leopard yellow belly het to pastel leopard yellow belly het.
To the pastel GHI.
Yes, to the pastel GHI, right? Because the GHI was in there. So
we had 3 pieds.
3 pieds.
Woo!
That's better than the odds. So the
Yeah.
odds tell me I should have hit 2, and I hit 3 on a het to het, and picked up 2 GHI yellow belly
And
pieds, and
Yellow
at
belly,
least
maybe.
at least a yellow belly pied, but this is super reduced, which is kind of following suit with these guys. It'd be crazy if there were 3 GHI yellow belly pieds in there. And there's a lot of GHI to go around. 1, 2,
2,
3, 4, 5. At least 5 out of 8 eggs the GHI was thrown.
Yeah, and the leopard could be in any one of those also
Yep.
over there.
And honestly, I had some speculation maybe that male had something else in there, but like I really don't see, any other weird genes. That not weird, but like Enchi or, something else kind of being thrown in there. These guys just look really good though. Yeah, look at that head strap. Look at that thing. Can you get over that?
Ooh, yeah.
That looks good. Yeah, that's nice.
Definitely GHI for sure.
Oh yeah, in that saddle, I can see it all in that saddle. It's the same color.
And then this one just needs to show more of its body.
Yeah, this
The
is
other
almost like
side.
completely white
Yeah, pay
pied.
more for that.
Yeah, you
Right.
gotta pay more for the white, or you pay more for the pattern. I think you pay more for the pattern.
Thought I saw more pattern towards the bottom, but it's hard to tell.
See, but I just can't lose with this. Yeah,
Yeah.
I want a
Nope,
male.
there's
but if
another
it's a
saddle.
girl- Don't dig around too much.
There's another one right down in there. Down there in the bottom. Right there. Boom.
Oh, that may be the whole thing.
All right, so that's
That's a
one
crazy
will go
saddle.
in my pocket.
Oh, there's a saddle. Yeah, these will be interesting when they come out for sure. This looks like, just based on that saddle, that's really strange. I've never seen all that pixelation,
Yeah.
which GHI likes to do that. And then I don't know what a GHI, I don't think it's been made, the GHI Leopard Pied, GHI Leopard Yellow Belly Pied, excuse
Right.
me. So
Yeah, 'cause
that very well may be the whole deal.
we can see a little bit more down there, down inside the egg.
Yeah, is that the head?
Looks like the back of the neck or the tail or something.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, so
Woo!
I'm super. I was getting a little nervous. I'm super amped now. Rock solid clutch.
Yeah, always.
Thank God for coming through on some more recessives.
Yep. So now we can mark him as a true Het Pied.
Yeah. Yeah, which I said from the day one when he was produced that he was. He has the
The
belly
markers.
marks. He has the tail stripe. He had the extra color pop, especially when he was young. But there's some powerhouse stuff in here like this. This one is just going to be crazy.
Yeah, yellow belly, leopard GHI,
Yep.
66 hit,
Yeah.
pastel yellow belly, or sorry,
GHI.
GHI yellow belly.
Yeah, I don't think I have any pastel in here, but they're all yellow belly. So
Well, maybe there's a lot of blushing on that one.
I know that one looks good, but all it can be is a GHI yellow belly. There's no pastel anywhere.
Yeah, because he doesn't have pastel. Yeah.
No, he
Yeah.
don't have pastel. Now
Like that one is crazy compared.
Yeah.
Like you look at this one.
That's a normal, or what? Well, yellow belly.
Yep, and then you look at that one, which is the leopard yellow belly, and then here's the
Yeah,
other
another-
GHI yellow belly.
Yeah,
This one almost seems brighter.
yeah. It does.
This one-
the
this one-
blushing is just insane on that
So
one.
this one more likely could be carrying the head versus that one.
Yeah, with the 66. Yeah. Yep. Possible, but
Yeah.
I think GHI yellow belly pieds, and then I think that one's going to be the whole deal, especially after seeing that saddle.
And the amount of color that's in there too, like the amount of orange that even the camera's picking up is crazy.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Woo!
Yeah, that's a good cut. I like that.
That was.
I like that. Now, the sex ratios just got.
We need one boy and the rest girls. That's what we
But
need.
like, I can't with what's here though. Like, I can't lose. Like, if they're
No,
all,
they're
if
all girls.
males, I keep the one with everything. If
True.
they're all girls, I can keep the one
Sucks
with
for us.
everything and sell the other two. Like, I just can't lose with this clutch. I mean, I need a male, but like if I get all females, like I really don't care.
Yeah, no, it's still good if you get all females,
Yeah.
but it would be nice to at least hit one boy this
Yeah.
season. Just one.
It's ironic because most of the time you want girls.
Girls.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We just want
But
one.
I've had like 3 seasons of girls in the pied world,
Damn.
and he
You
has
have bad
2.
luck.
So not only me, that's him as well. The pieds that he have all been female. So we've got pin pieds and we've got like all this yellow belly ivory pied stuff. I'm desperate for a male
Yeah.
With room, I could help you out.
with yellow belly though. Like OD yellow belly would be nice. I just haven't wanted to go shopping. I figured I could make kind of my own thing, and this would be my dark side. And maybe eventually I will buy like an OD yellow belly to do a bright side. But yeah, like it. Love it.
Well, I know for sure that boy down there, that GHI leopard Het Pied all the way at the bottom,
Yeah.
he is definitely going back to my black pastel pinstripe Het Pied. And I'm making some dark stuff. Mhm.
Yeah, that'd be a solid pairing too.
Yeah.
Yeah. Can't go wrong. Yeah, I'm good.
Wow, it is getting really hot up here.
Yes, sir. It's toasty. Yeah, again, it was nice today. It was like 84 this evening. Pulled in some decent cool air. It cooled off up here. It was probably like 81, 82.
And then we kill the fans.
And I turned the fans off for you guys, so now we're like sweating profusely because it's still pretty thick without all the air circulation.
Right.
So it's not 90 like we did the last video.
Right.
Like, nope, I'm leaving the fans on. I can't do it. But yeah, I think that's it for us. We got some drinking to do. We're gonna hang out with the ladies and chill a little bit. We're gonna get all this put away.
Yep, I'm gonna go hang out with my lady back home.
Yeah. So again, thank you guys for dialing in. As always, appreciate all the support. I hope you enjoyed this. It was a little bit different with some dialogue about kind of like at least how we go about researching and determining how we're going to price things to try to keep our stuff relatively priced appropriately and not like too high, too crazy low. Figuring and just kind of dialed in. So thank you very much. I hope you enjoyed this, and we'll. When is the next one?
Next one is the 12th, August 12th.
So we got a week.
We got 2 clutches. Two.
Gotta stick his fingers in.
Yep,
It's gotta be in the video.
That's
gotta be in the.
Poke your
It's
nose.
gotta be in the video. Even if it's one digit,
Just do
Hello.
it and turn it around quick on.
well, that's what I would think he would do anyway.
You mean like this? Hi, hey, what's up? Turn it back. You guys look better. Yeah, I'm gonna say it. All right, so we got 2 clutches.
Yeah.
It's gonna be our pastel lesser spider enchy malum bald to the pastel leopard enchy yellow belly Het Pied.
That one's gonna be stupid.
And then
we're not gonna be able to ID a freaking
thing and that
so
one.
If you dial in for that, don't expect a narration on what we're cutting because
we're just gonna be like,
I have no idea.
So that's a 5/8 clutch right there.
Yeah.
And then Jim, what do you got? Your
my clown clutch.
Yes, sir.
It's probably my clown clutches. I'm making clowns, so I'm very very happy. This one, however, we should be. It's
a bunch of stuff in it.
Yeah, there's a bunch of stuff in it. It is head to head, so the odds of hitting a visual clown is slim. But if I do, it could be crazy. So super pastel yellow belly het clown to a super pastel yellow belly lesser het clown. So
Ivory clowns.
Whole clutch is super pastel. Ivory
clown.
lesser clowns.
Woo.
Like to hit the max would be just insane. Like
You
I
would
don't know how I would tell what it is because you really can't see lesser in ivory. And when you add super pastel on it, you're definitely not going to see anything.
Oh no, sorry, this list of pies. I was going to say the smaller.
If you're lucky, the clown might bring in a little bit. If you're lucky.
So that one will be fun. I think there's only like 5 or 6 eggs, so there's not a lot to work with there. But it was still some decent chances to make some really cool stuff. And who the heck knows what's going to come out of that? Either clutch, for that matter.
And then we'll have the update on our 2 clutches that are currently in deep shed. We'll be able to show you those
And
too.
these
Also,
guys should be out, and they'll probably be in shed.
yeah. So we'll have a bunch of snakes to show. So we'll have 2, 4, maybe 4 clutches to show during that video.
Yeah. So we'll see you then. Definitely stay tuned in Instagram and Facebook as I cross post all that stuff so you guys can see when it's coming, and then it'll go up on YouTube, and you can definitely hit that bell and subscribe button so that you get notifications of all this stuff. I think most of you guys do anyway.
Yep.
And until that video, thanks to Monroe Morphs for joining us this evening.
Thanks for the beer.
Yeah. Thanks for that. Yeah, the beer was really tasty, and I got another one that I'm going to try later. So it was a pleasure having you guys here as always, and thank you guys for spending time with us, even though you're remotely there. Really appreciate all the support and everything to this point. Hitting 1,500, which seemed like a struggle for a while. We're probably going to do some more giveaways, but it's going to be very different. I think I'm going to jump to Instagram for one. We're about to clip 6K on Instagram, so we'll have to figure out some numbers and maybe do a decent giveaway on Instagram.
You're asking difficult questions, Dave. I will message you. He's asking what day the cutting is. We'll get back to you. I'll get to
we
that.
got to
On
do math, and math doesn't work with alcohol. So when we sober up in the
Matt doesn't work with alcohol. No, I sure
Not
don't.
either. So yeah, definitely watch out for it. Otherwise, text us, message us on Instagram or Facebook, and we'll let you guys know when all that next video is flying in, and we'll see you there.
On the next video. Peace.
Peace, Joe.